Hello everyone, my name is Shravya S, Assistant Professor, Department of BVOC in Retail and Supply Chain Management, SDM College, Ujire. So in this session, let's understand the kinds or types of companies. So kinds or types of companies. Under this, there are various classifications. So let's take a look into one by one. The first one is classification of companies from the point of view of incorporation or registration. Here we have two types. They are statutory companies and registered companies. First one is statutory companies. So what is statutory company? Let's take a look into the meaning of statutory company. A statutory company is a company which is incorporated under a special or separate act of the legislature, that is the parliament or state legislature. So the examples can be the Reserve Bank of India, the State Bank of India, the Life Insurance Corporation of India, the Unit Trust of India, etc. The next one is registered companies. What are registered companies? Registered companies are companies which are brought into existence by registration with the Registrar of Companies under the Companies Act. In short, they are companies incorporated under the Companies Act. Second classification is classification of registered companies on the basis of the liability of the members. Under this classification, we have three types of companies. They are companies limited by shares, companies limited by guarantee and unlimited companies. First one is companies limited by shares. Companies limited by shares are companies in which the liability of a member is limited to the nominal or face value of the shares held by them. In short, these are the companies in which the liability of a member is limited only to the amount unpaid on the shares held by him. The second one is companies limited by guarantee. Companies limited by guarantee are companies in which the liability of each member is limited to a fixed amount which he has guaranteed. That is, agreed to contribute to the assets of the company to meet the liabilities of the company in the event of winding up. And the third one is unlimited companies. Unlimited companies are those companies in which the liability of the members is unlimited. That means the members of these companies can be called upon to pay from their private assets to satisfy the liabilities of the company. And the third classification is classification of registered companies with share capital on the basis of number of members. Here we have two types of companies. They are private companies and public companies. First one is private company. A private company is a company which has at least 2 members and has a minimum paid up capital of rupees 1 lakh or such higher capital as may be prescribed. In private company, the minimum number of members is 2 and the maximum number of members will be 200. And the next one is public companies. A public company is a company which is not a private company and which has a minimum paid up share capital of rupees 5 lakh or such higher amount as may be specified. So in public company, the minimum number of members will be 7 and the maximum numbers will be unlimited. So there will be no limit on maximum number of members. And the next one is classification of companies on the basis of ownership. Here we go again. Here we have two types again. So they are government companies and non-government company. Government companies were introduced by the Companies Act of 1956. A government company is a company in which a government holds more than 51% of the shares, then it will be considered as government company. So it might be central government or state government. So the examples are the Hindustan Machines Tools Limited, the Hindustan Antibiotics Limited, the Bharat Electronics Limited, the Indian Telephone Industries, etc. And the second one is non-government company. A non-government company is a company which is owned and managed by private investors. And the next classification is classification of companies on the basis of nationality. So here we have two companies. They are domestic company and foreign company. First one is domestic company. A domestic company is a company which is incorporated, that means which is registered in India. Most of the joint stock companies in India today are domestic companies. And the second one is foreign company. A foreign company is a company which is incorporated, that means registered in a foreign country, that is outside India but has a place of business in India. Although foreign companies are not incorporated under the Indian Companies Act, as they have place of business in India, some of the provisions of the Indian Companies Act are applicable to them. The last kind is other kinds of companies introduced by the Companies Act 2013. Under that we have one-person company. Section 2, subsection 62 of the Companies Act 2013 defines one-person company as a company which has only one person as member. The next one is global company. A global company or corporation owns and manages business in 2 or more countries. So a global company is that company which will be having its business in 2 or more countries. For example, we have Sony, which is a company from Japan, Coca-Cola USA, Lipton UK, Pepsi-Cola USA, Suzuki Japan, Ponds USA, Hindustan Unilever Limited UK. The last one is listed company. As per section 2, subsection 52 of the Companies Act 2013, listed company means a company which has any of its securities listed on any recognized stock exchange. So the recognized stock exchanges are Bombay Stock Exchange or National Stock Exchange, BSE or NSE, registered under stock exchange monitored by SEBI. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patient listening.